Hi viewers, wish you all happy Independence Day. This is Dr. Jana. I am in front of you to share some few things regarding this Amrit Mahotsav, and India is celebrating the Amrit Mahotsav 2022 on the occasion of 75th Independence Day, and let us know what is the truth behind this. So all of us we know that India got or achieved freedom in 1947 August 15. But how far it is true? Let us analyze all the things. So many people have filed the right to information. There is no documents available till now in the archive or anywhere that any document is that India got freedom from the Britishers in the 15th August 1947. Instead, if you see, it was on October 21, 1943, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose established the first government of pre-united India, the provisional government of Azad Hind. It is there. You can see the Google, you can check it and you can find it. And the government was internationally recognized by the Axis powers of Imperial Japan, Nazi Germany, the Italian Social Republic, and all their allies. It is not only these three, around 9 number of countries acknowledged it, record is there. The Nazi Germany, Empire of Japan, Italian Social Republic, Independent State of Croatia, then Government of Thailand, State of Burma, then Second Philippines Republic, Ireland, then Eamon de Valera, and also Vichy, France. Although France has not, even he was the Axis collaborator, never gave the formal political recognitions, but these are the people, they have not only given their confirmation, they have also sent a note of congratulations to Bose, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. So this was there on record. And let us see the background. In the backdrop of World War II, Netaji was convinced that an armed struggle was the only way to achieve independence for India. Because during the World War II, the Britishers forcibly put the Indian army on the war front without consulting any of the leaders, and they promised that after that they will be giving the status and freedom, which they denied. The second thing is that then in the Lahore session they declared that Congress is a Hindu organization, and they put the seed of this two-nation theory, and afterwards whatever things you have seen. And he had been a leader of the Indian National Congress, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. He has been a leader of the Indian National Congress in the 1920 to 1930, rising to becoming the president in 1938 and 39, but was ousted following the difference with Mahatma Gandhi, because he has some difference. So the way Mahatma Gandhi using non-violence, and how far it is true whether we achieve the independence through non-violence, I will give one statistics that the first war of independence, it started in 1857. In 1857 to 1858, 8 lakhs people were killed by the Britishers. They died and or killed or like that. And from 1857 to 1947, 35 million, that is 3 crore 50 lakhs Indian either were killed or died because of this carelessness and atrocities of the British government. Then the outbreak of the Second World War provided a good opportunity to Bose to strike a blow against the British imperialists. Bose, who was put on house arrest in 1940, managed to escape to Berlin on March 28, 1941. And the Indian community in Germany, they helped Bose to set up the Indian Independence League, IIL, in 1942. The league took a decision to form the Indian National Army, INA, for the liberation of India. So this was the foundation, and on June 13, 1943, Bose arrived at Singapore on the invitation of Ras Bihari Bose, who was leading till then. Netaji Bose was appointed as the head of this Indian Independence League and was also designated as the leader of the INA or Azad Hind Fauj. Bose gave the famous battle cry, "Chalo Delhi" or "Delhi Chalo," and promised independence to Indians, saying, "Tum mujhe khoon do, मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा. You give me blood, I will give you freedom." Then soon after the formation of the government, the Azad Hind government proclaimed authority over Indian civilian and military personnel in Southeast Asian British colonial territory and prospective authority over Indian territory to fall to the Japanese forces and the Indian National Army during the Second World War. And the Azad Hind government under Bose had in fact started its own bank, currency, civil code and stamps. Bose had been formed the first women regiment of the INA, that is Rani Jhansi regiment, thus laying down the foundations for equal opportunity for women in armed forces. And immediately after the formation of this government in exile, Azad Hind declared war against the Britishers and allied forces on the Indo-Burma front. And the Azad Hind Fauj also fought against the British Indian Army and the allied forces as part of this Imperial Japanese Army in the Imphal Kohima sector. And the existence of this Azad Hind government had given India's independence struggle against the British a greater legitimacy. And the brave actions of Subhash Chandra Bose and his decision to set up his country's first government had directly or indirectly triggered a chain of events that eventually forced the British government to leave India in August 1947. The sympathy for the INA that Subhash Chandra Bose had established to militarily oust the colonial power had created a havoc in the minds of the British, who understood that it was impossible for them to rule India anymore. And the heroic actions of Bose had triggered a naval mutiny in Bombay and several other stations, along with rebellions in some army camps including Madras and Pune. The subsequent actions of the British to court-martial officers and men of the INA led to nationwide anger over these trials. An IB reporter of November 1945 had warned the British government that there was enormous sympathy for the soldiers of the INA and mentioned also that if the government did not take cognizance of this sentiment, the consequence would be mass agitations and bloodshed. And the sentiment of Indians towards the INA was such that several governors, out of the fear and anxiety, had written letters to Viceroy Lord Wavell, warning him that the government would be playing with the fire if it targeted the INA because they were seen as brave freedom fighters. They warned that this could result in a mutiny in the Indian Army. Then the mutiny by Indian officers employed in the Royal Indian Navy in 1946 and the rebellion against the British in various cities convinced the British that they could no longer rely on the Indian armed forces to keep fighting their wars. And the Indian soldiers working in the RIN were witness to the development around the world and had supported the INA. As they realized they could not continue to rule the subcontinent, the British government took a swift action to end their rule in India. So this was, if you see, the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose hoisted the national flag for the first time at the Gymkhana ground, the present we call the Netaji Stadium in Port Blair. He also announced the islands the first Indian territory freed from this British rule, what he promised that this Indian IIL or the Indian National Army, they will free and they hoist their first flag in Indian territory only. That also they kept the promise there. You can see the flag adopted there that time, the same tricolor, but the middle you can see a springing tiger just in the jumping position, that is the brave and all things. So the three colors, it did not mean what we say nowadays. It was different things. First one, loyalty. Second one is the sacrifice. And third one is the dedication. So unless a man is loyal to his own nation, to own country and countrymen, what he will do? Only for salary he will do a service. He cannot deliver things. Then the sacrifice, you have seen the sacrifice of the Netaji Subhash Bose. So you can see if somebody gives a call, you resign your job to join to remove this corruption in India, hardly a handful of people will come forward, or may not, nobody will come forward, and I am doubtful. But you see, he got 4th rank in ICS, that is the Indian Civil Service, which was conducted worldwide and the paper were corrected at London. So there he got 4th position. So he could have led a very comfortable and happy life, but he rejected, he did not join. and I think he resigned without consulting his parents also. This was the sacrifice and the dedication you have seen. Even he promised the soldiers, the war prison of the soldiers, what is there, that I cannot promise you a happy life, but I can see that a day will come when we will be getting freedom from this British by fighting with them. So this was the dedication. Then Bose named Andaman Island as Shahid and Nicobar Island as Swaraj and appointed INA General A.D. Loganathan as the governor of the islands. And Azadid government was not merely government in exile anymore, but had its own land, own currency, civil code and stamps. You can see the stamps it was issued that time. So in this way, October 21, 2018, so India, it marked the 75th year of that first government of Free United India. Then if that are the 75th years of independence, then what we are celebrating, what is that? So if we forgot to remember the countless martyrs who laid down their lives in the cause of the India's battle for freedom, then it will be a true tribute to the Indian fighter. India we are living is a land of rumors. The people here without verifying what is the actual things, without doing research on that one, what no some people they said some narrative and again they repeat the same narrative. And you see the history what is taught to us, and the some sector of this political party and other people, how they project some group of people, they are heroes, they have done a lot of things, they sacrificed everything. It is not true. I will give you statistics. So 1857 to 1947, 3 crore 50 lakhs people were either killed or dead by means anyway by the Britishers. This was the atrocity, the suppression they did it. The first war of independence 1857, and where 8 lakhs people were killed by the Britishers that time. You can imagine. It is 1857 to 1858, within a span of 1 year. It was suppressed like anything. And the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, and also the Bengal famine was there. So around 40 to 50 lakhs people died that time. That time. All totally, you see 35 lakhs of people, 3 crore 50 lakhs people died during these things. So India did not achieve it freedom by non-violence, by Shantidut and Devadut, nothing like that. It is the sacrifice of the common man. It is the sacrifice of all the people from all the sections of Indians. It is no Hindu, no Muslim, no Christian. The Indians were struggling for the freedom against the Britishers, and the Indians lost their life. It is not the Hindu, it is not the Muslim, it is not the Sikh or the other community lost. It is the Indian who lost. They were suppressed and they were atrocities were on Indians. So in this occasion, we salute all the people who are directly, indirectly involved. We salute all them, Jai Hind, and we salute to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and all the martyrs and all the freedom fighters. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.